Now would somebody like to call our meeting to order?
Eric Talbot, the call the meeting board. We're actually a minute early, right?
No, it's 4:45 right now.
We're good?
Yeah.
It's 16:45 hours. We don't have any minutes, right, for the previous meeting?
We do, but we'll do the next regular meeting.
All right, so let's make sure that the next meeting is presented. We have 3 items on the agenda. We have to hear and consider improvement for following retirees. We have a Mary Noga, and I assume that is a normal pension?
Correct.
Correct, but I just made you copies, Eric, because please forgive us, we're new to all this, but you know, I've done pension calculations before, but we, before you are the 3 that we are discussing, and it's basically per the contract. Joanne, Labour Relations went over it, we gave it to the auditor also to look at. So I don't know what way you want to proceed first with it.
We have two regular pensions and one disability.
Disability.
So, another note for the agenda, just make sure that you put.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah, so this way we have it on the agenda. Okay. So I guess we need a motion to hear and accept the normal retirement for Mary Noga.
Correct.
Motion.
So moved.
All right, we have a single motion. Do we have a second on that motion?
I'll second that.
Awesome, we have a second, very good. Okay, does somebody from HR want to walk us through normal retirement for Mary Noga?
Sure, we can do it, I guess, in tandem, because we worked on it in tandem, so. Okay, so, normal pension, the annual salary, so this is for Noga. His annual salary is 92,922.44. For the first 10 years, it's calculated at 2%. So that comes to 18,584.49. Next 10 years is calculated at 2.5%. That amount comes to 23,230.61. And then the final 5 years, I'm sorry, the 21st through the 25th year is calculated 3%, which comes to 13,938.37. And 25 years or more to a maximum of 80% is calculated at 4%, which comes to 18,584.49 for a total of 74,337.95, making a monthly pension payment of 6194.83, which we calculated to be at 80%.
And just so you know, there is a side note just for your edification there. You'll see that basically he actually worked 29 plus 3/4, but because of the pension book, and I put the article in there under the participant, he technically only has to work the nine months, Eric, to actually get the year.
Right.
So that's how he's actually getting the 4% at the 5 years up to the 30 years. We just made a note in there just so you're wondering where that came from.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
That was very good. All right, any questions on the presentation? No questions? All right, we'll go for a vote. All those in favor for authorizing the normal retirement for Larry Noga, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anyone
I don't
against?
think we voted.
Nobody against? Nobody abstains? Larry Noga's normal retirement passes.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do we need anybody to sign off on this?
Chairwoman.
Yeah.
We
okay.
do, but can
All
we
right.
do that after the fact if they're not here?
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
At least we have it in the
Yeah,
minutes.
we just need to know what that process
Process
is.
is. Yeah, I have a question.
All right, the next item on the agenda, I believe this is a normal vested retirement for a Chief Dennis McCarthy.
Correct.
Can I have a motion to hear the normal retirement for Dennis McCarthy?
So moved.
I have a second, I have a first, can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
All right, we have a second. All right, does HR want to walk us through normal retirement for Dennis McCarthy?
Sure, so this is former Chief McCarthy. His annual salary is 166,740.98. He's 10-year vested. And that salary is calculated at 2% for the first 10 years, in line with the fire contract. So his annual pension comes to 33,348.2 with a monthly pension of 2779.02. And I think that's pretty straightforward. I don't think there's anything else
No.
that we need to review.
Any questions by any members of the board? I just have one question. because he's not a member of the bargaining unit. I'm assuming that the language.
Yeah,
in his
sorry, the
contract-
2%, yes. I didn't mean
Correct.
it. Sorry, it's his employment contract is 2%. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Just wanna make sure. I have no other questions. Anybody else? All right, let's go for a vote. All those in favor?
Actually, Eric, could I interject?
Yeah,
a
go
very-
ahead.
A very minor question. I'm wondering if date of birth is exposing anybody who is retiring to information theft. So is this part of the public record and will people actually see dates of birth and is it necessary? I'm just
A
trying to be
redacted
respectful.
version will be made available. The days of birth will be redacted.
Right. Thank you.
Awesome. Good call. I think you brought that up last meeting too, right?
Well, I
Yes.
did actually, and what actually triggered it was I see Chief McCarthy's date of birth has been redacted,
Yes.
but the other two have not. It felt like a step in the right direction, but two more to go.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't think we.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
Yeah.
They'll be uploaded as backup
Okay,
to.
because the date of birth is needed for the age.
Age.
That's why we have it on here.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
ones that get sent to the board have them, and then we redact the ones we give to the public.
Excellent.
Okay, so it's
So
okay
we don't
that-
need to worry about
Okay.
Yeah, don't need to
redaction.
worry about that.
Okay.
Okay,
Excellent.
good. So it's okay to have it on there. Okay, perfect.
All right, I'm ready for a vote if everyone else is. All those in favor of the normal retirement for Chief Dennis McCarthy? Aye.
Aye.
I guess that represents all members. There's
Yeah, we
no
don't-
nays and no abstentions, and the motion passes for the normal retirement for Dennis McCarthy. Next item on the agenda is a retirement for Thomas Pond, and am I correct, this is a disability retirement?
That is correct.
All
And
right.
it's in the notes, notation.
Can I have a motion to hear
Oh, you know what?
disability
This is the-
retirement
This
for?
is the wrong calculation. We talked about this yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
It's 66.
Yeah, that's not,
Um,
yeah, I thought we redid it.
The other thing I'm going to ask is that typically there is some kind of documentation that's provided to the pension board.
For disability,
Disability, do we have evidence to prove disability?
so like medical,
Yes.
okay, yeah, we do. I didn't realize that.
That has to be presented to
Okay.
the board.
Prevented, yeah, that's right. Or,
So-
medical,
Actually, if I could
anything else?
expand on, sorry to interrupt, though, I don't mean to speak over anybody. It's a little hard when you're on the outside. May I speak? Is it okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, great. I think we also had a discussion last time of whenever there was an unusual, a non-normal retirement, that we would have the opinion of, I guess, the director of HR, who's in the room, I suppose, or town council saying that this is not a normal contracts to that effect. So I'm just a little sensitive to being asked to approve things beyond just the numbers on a page. And I know we talked about this last time, so I just wondered if anybody had a recollection of this and whether this, for example, might apply, this situation might apply.
Yeah, so let me tell you what I've experienced historically, which I think that we just need to make sure that the process continues on. What historically would happen would be somebody from HR would present the medical evidence supporting the request for disability retirement. The town would typically take a position of supporting that request or not supporting that request. And then before the board, we would have a discussion. We would review any medical information that would either support or deny that request or refute that request. And then we would actually even have the option of requesting an IME. But it looks like we don't have the medical information to support the request, and nor do we really have the proper calculation, so. We may have to table this one until we get the information. we need.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So so at the risk of repetition, just to be clear, I would like to understand what our role is here and what exactly we're approving whenever it's a non-normal retirement. If I could just leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that with some, a little more clarity on the presentation, I think that we could probably circle that wagon.
and thank you, Tom. That helps us because we're new to it. So it's very good clarification for us to learn that
Yeah.
exactly what is requested of us as well, so that's good for clarification to notice too.
Thank you. And I don't think we've been introduced, and I apologize if we have been.
Sorry, I'm Jude Fitzgerald, I work at the HR and Joanne.
I'm Joanne Courtmanch, Labor Relations Specialist, way out of my realm here.
All right, June and Joanne, do I have that right?
Yes,
June
thank
and
you.
Joanne, thank you very much. Pleasure to meet you. I can't quite see you, so I'm reading along the documents side by side with the video, but a pleasure meeting you, if only remotely.
You as well.
Well,
So if you guys are happy with it, if we're okay with tabling this to a date certain, someone get a motion and a second on that, we can kind of kick this to another date, is that fine?
So moved, Eric.
Okay,
Second.
okay,
Thank
all those
you.
in favor of moving it to a
Aye.
date certain? Aye,
Aye.
very good.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
So what is HR's role for disability? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, let me write that name. So I know.
We need to adjourn, thank you very much. I need a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second.
First and seconded, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Awesome, thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
guys. Nice meeting
Take
you.
care.
Later.